We just heard from Wet, Wet, Wet and Love Is All Around. So we do play some iconic songs here on BBC Radio Stoke. But I suspect that for many of you, Hey Jude by the Beatles will be on the top of your list when it comes to iconic songs. We all know the original, but can you imagine a rendition in calypso-style? A man who can is the artist named Starr Witness, and he joins me now. Good morning.
Good morning, Geoff. How are you?
I'm not bad.
That's the way.
Mr. Starr, do I call you Mr. Starr or Mr. Witness? What's better for you?
Well, look, it's actually Andrew Starr, so you can call me Andrew. Or Mr. Starr.
Or maybe Mr. Witness.
That's right.
But Mr. Starr, I mean, how did the idea of this calypso version come about?
Well, look, it's a very fair question. And look, can I say right from the start that I am a die-hard Beatles fan, and I love the song Hey Jude. And I know it's a bit of a tricky area to go into covering Beatles songs, but how it came about, I was actually in my studio recording an original song, and for some reason, I don't remember why, I muted the vocal in playback, and as I was listening to the drum beat, I started playing Hey Jude, and I kind of liked the rhythm of it, and after I'd finished playing the song and recording that one trial vocal, I played it back and I thought, I kind of like this. It was as simple as that. Anyway, look, I didn't think too much about it. I came back to it after a couple of weeks and just played it again, and I just really liked the feel of it. So what I ended up doing was I started adding some instrumentation to it, and before I knew it, I was just kind of falling in love with the whole idea, and I had to finish it.
Well, why don't we have a little listen to how it goes and how it might sound, and then we can talk more about how it came about and also, equally, the rest of your career.
Okay.
A sad song, make it better. Remember to let her into your heart, then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her under your skin.
Mr. Starr, it is really interesting hearing it in the calypso beat because you have to keep pushing against those beats, unlike the pop song itself, which it hits it right on the note. How was it trying to do it in a completely different rhythm?
It's interesting because I tried to stay faithful, if you will, to Paul's vocal. And once I got the rhythm going, Geoff, I'm sorry. Once I got the rhythm going, I felt really in tune with it, and adding in instruments like, marimbas and trumpets, and so I just totally got into the vibe.
Now, for yourself, you said you were recording a solo piece when you thought about Hey Jude. What is your musical style, and what's your career been about up to this point?
Look, I'd have to say I am a Beatles child, so I do date all the way back. And so, I'd like to think that Paul McCartney and John Lennon, George and Ringo, they're my childhood heroes. And I guess I started writing songs when I was about 17 or 18. And look, I also really loved, believe it or not, I love Mark Bolan and T-Rex, and particularly Mark Bolan's lyrics when I was a teenager, and then I fell into Elton John and Bernie Taupin and just loved those guys. So I'd like to think that they're my sort of musical pillars, if you like, and so I try to write songs that become familiar to people fairly quickly.
And when you're looking ahead, what's your hope as you turn into the new year like the rest of us?
Well, Geoff, I would love people to fall in love with my version of Hey Jude. That's the first thing, because we've got Christmas coming up, and it's a time when families get together. the young and the old, and I'd love to see some grandparents hear this song and play it to their grandchildren, if you like. But where my hopes lie, and thank you for asking. Look, I've been all about trying to spread my music, Starr Witness music, and my original stuff, and so I have a website, and I'm out there pushing it and playing some gigs. I'm actually down in Sydney at the moment. I've returned home. I've been based in London for some time, but I'm home for Christmas. But I'm hoping to get out and do a few summer gigs here before returning to the UK. And yeah, it's all about getting the name out there.
Well, Mr. Starr, all the way from Sydney, Australia, where I suspect the weather is far better there than it's ever been here. Thank you so very, very much for coming on to BBC Radio Stoke, giving us a taste of your calypso summer version of the Beatles classic Hey Jude, and wishing you all the best for Christmas and also for the new year as well.
Well, Geoff, thank you very much, and it's been an absolute privilege to be on BBC Stoke. Thank you for having me, and to everybody there in England, have yourselves a fabulous Christmas and a great New Year.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That is Mr. Andrew Starr, an artist named Starr Witness. You heard his beautiful rendition of the Beatles classic Hey Jude.
The sound of Christmas.
Jesus Christ was born.